Well, as you can see, people are arriving fairly early this morning for Astra Grasstrack Club's British Masters Grasstrack Championship 2000. And the stall holders are all setting up early. They're expecting a big crowd today. The weather's nice. Let's hope it holds. There's the track racing review stand with John Hiscock. The tall man's here, and everyone's just getting their breakfast, walking around. Here we are. There's a few people at the burger bar. They must have got up quite early. And here's the podium. Every rider wants to finish on today. And there's one of them, Richard Thomas, just signing on. And there's Joe Screen's bike being checked by the scrutineers. And there's Richard Thomas's bike. He's all the way up from Cornwall. And Jeremy Doncaster has 3 machines today. I repeat, 3 machines. And last minute adjustments by Gordon Matthews, the father of Ivor. And there's Ivor with Rob Wilson, one of the favourites today to take the title. And here we are, we're going to get on with practice.
There is absolutely no way that I can understate the importance of this meeting today. We are, of course, at the British Masters for the year 2000. A very, very important meeting, it's easy for me to say. In the rider's mind, it is the one that they want to win. It's the one that puts them into the history books, being the British Masters champion. Now, there's been lots of discussions over the years about whether it should be a Grand Prix type formula, whether it is that Grasstrack is all about a one day. Can we see a champion on the day? Well, at the moment, those that like to see one day racing, they've got their way at the moment, because the British Masters is going to be decided today. Now, it would be impossible for me to actually try and predict any one of the winners, because we've got Kelvin Tatum here defending the title from last year. Paul Hurry, who won it back in '97, he's here. His father laid the circuit out. He's had a hand in trying to lay the circuit out and knows it very, very well. It's a tough, tough competition, because you can't underwrite somebody like Joe Screen, who's riding on the Grasstrack very infrequently now, but we know when he does turn up, he rides fantastically. And he loves this sort of circuit. So really, I wouldn't want to try and predict who's going to do the winning. And if I look at the sidecar class, well, I think we're in for a fantastic day's racing. Because could it be Rob Wilson? Could it be John Halsey? Could it be Gary Jackson? Could it be Ivor Matthews? We just don't know. It goes on and on and on. The competition we've seen every time we go to a big meeting is also very close. And we know that none of us here could really predict. We can hope, we can wish. We can hope that the riders that we look for are going to do well, but on one thing for sure, I know, as I've mentioned at the beginning, I can't understate the importance of this meeting. They all want to win it. So we're trying to have a few words with some of them as we go around the pits, but one thing for sure, the year 2000 British Masters promises to be absolutely spectacular. Well, obviously, the many riders that are competing here at the British Masters today, there is one rider I've got to have a word with. Joe Screen, a busy weekend for you, riding in the championship last night.
Take two. Yeah, he was, it's normal really with me riding on a Saturday and going to Poland maybe on the Sunday, but it's vice versa this time. It's been a bit hectic because we didn't actually leave Bydgoszcz till sort of half 11, 12 o'clock last night, and we had a 5.5 hour journey to Berlin, and then from Berlin on an aeroplane at 7 o'clock, so I haven't slept yet.
Goodness me, well, it sounds a hectic journey to get here, but obviously being a one-day championship, it's one of those things that you don't have to compete in a Grand Prix series through the grass track, and although you don't do too many, you can turn up here today fully equipped and you're in with as much chance as everybody.
Well, yeah, it's more fair that way really, over one round I think. You know, I enjoy my grass tracking, and I'm glad to be here, you know, if it's a British Championship or any sort of open meeting. So I'll give it a go, you know, I won it a few years ago, and I'm looking forward to it, to try and do one better than I did last year.
Well, of course, the one better is the fact you finished second to Kelvin Tatum last year. Do you think that's where the big threat will come from?
It's hard to say, you know, you Kelvin, you Tolhurst, there's a few good lads out there, you know, on the day. There's a lot of good lads, so I don't know, you know, the way I feel now I could just go to bed, but just hope it's quite smooth, the track, and I can hang on to the thing.
Well, we wish you the best of luck, Joe. Great to see you here competing for this event.
Thank you very much.
Well, of course, so the many riders that are here today, I had to have a word with you, Kelvin, because you are the defending title holder, and I think one question that always goes through my mind is, are you able to say where the competition is coming from?
I think it's quite obvious, to be honest, today. I think Joe Screen is certainly going to be in with a shout, and Paul Hurry. I think Jeremy Doncaster's riding well. I think those three in particular will be tough to beat, but at home in England, with the British Championship up for grabs, plenty of guys want to sort of get involved today.
Well, they do, and of course I think that a lot of the crowd will be pinning our hopes on you for the World Long Track Championship, but this would really put the icing on the cake, wouldn't it, to get the double?
Yeah, it's slightly awkward with it coming a week before the end of the World Championship. My energies are sort of being channeled into the World Championship, but this is a championship that's dear to my heart. I won it last year and I've won it before, so I'd like to keep hold of it, really.
Well, indeed, and I'm sure there's a lot of crowd out there who will be thinking the same thing. They want to see you hang on to it, but it is a true grass track circuit, this one, isn't it? It's a lovely circuit.
Yeah, I rode here at the beginning of last year, and Graham Hurry was the first time it was used, and Graham's worked very hard. He's been to the continent a lot, and he's seen how the track's prepared there. I think he's trying to reproduce the same sort of conditions for us here, so more credit to him. I hope it turns out to be a really good racetrack.
Well, I think we're all pinning our hopes that actually the weather's been kind to us. That's
Sure,
always a
yeah.
good start, and the track itself laid out brilliantly. But one question I think that hangs on everybody's sort of minds is really one-day championship. It's very open, isn't it?
Yeah, sure. You know, it's a sudden death sort of situation, so you can't afford any slip-ups. So you've got to make the most of it. But if you do have a bad race, you can't panic too much. You just got to keep your head down and hopefully bounce back in the next one. But every race counts today.
Well, it does indeed. Kelvin, the very best of luck today. I know it's going to be a tight one.
Cheers, thanks.
Well, of the many riders that I could speak to this morning, I think it's fair to say that there's so much competition in this event. But Jeremy Doncaster, you've got to be one of the crowd's favourite. I've got to ask that very serious question now. Are you up for it today?
I'm definitely up for it today, yeah. I've looked at my heats and want to sort of weigh my favour with the heats, and hope we have one of my on days. Hoping that the mixture of Philistine and Viagra all kicks in together for the final.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I haven't dropped too many points during the day.
Well, that's right. I mean, one of the things that, you know, we have this close tie with Speedway, but of course we've got so many riders like Kelvin and Joe, etc., that, you know, have come into the grass track now and look so strong, don't they? But yourself, you've been at it many, many years, and I won't embarrass you by saying how many years it is, but you're always there with a shout, aren't you?
Yeah, that's right. You know, grass track racing has always been one of my passions. It's what I've brought up with, and you know, for a few years, a lot of the years, combining it with a quite a speedway schedule takes its toll. So, I mean, I miss out and the public miss out, but now it's been a very nice year where I can pick and choose the meetings I want to do, and really enjoying them, and it's having a really enjoyable time this year.
Oh, that's good to hear, and obviously with the fact that they've now decided to make it a one-day championship, it really is open, isn't it?
That's right, it's completely wide open, and you know, going to be some very good racing today. Everyone, you know, there's a handful of riders who are up for a shout, and it's going to be all pretty hot stuff.
Well, I think it will be, and obviously looking forward to some fantastic racing. To yourself, Jem, the very best of luck.
Thank you.
Well, Paul Hurry, one thing I've got to say to you is that I've been talking to the other riders, and by the sound of it, the competition is going to be very tough today.
Yeah, I think it will be. You've got like quite a good lineup, so you can't make no errors in your racing. But you've got a nice track, so the two of them put together, you should get a real good day's racing. And I think like whoever wins it has got to have a blinding day and be in top form.
Well, they have, and obviously you mentioned the track there, but it is a superb grass track circuit, isn't it?
Yeah, it is really. It's a bit different to the rest of them. Like what we ride on in Europe through the year, it's normally pretty flat. This one's got a bit different, where you've got a few different waves and that in the track. So yeah, it's quite good, and it does provide quite good racing.
And the competition today, I know that when we look at the programme, we can sort of pick out the Joe Screens, the Kelvin Tatums, but there's a lot more in there, isn't there?
That's right, you can never underestimate anyone really. They've all qualified to get in, they all deservedly have got their right to be here. Like yeah, you get the young ones that do pop out the start every now and then and do have a good race, and it's those sort of kiddies that can do that can provide a few surprises for the day.
Well, absolutely. I mean, we're looking forward to some fantastic racing. We've been lucky with the weather, I think it's fair to say, and this time of year, being a one-day championship, well, it really is going to be some close racing, isn't it?
That's right, it's going to be very close and very tough, so let's hope it all goes someone's way.
Yeah, and we know who that someone is for. Well, the very best of luck, mate. It does promise to be a good one, and you never know, it might be you up there and picking up that title at the end of the day.
That's right.
Well, turn our attention to the sidecar class, and of course the crew that I think the crowd are all pinning their hopes on perhaps is Crew 13, John Halsey, Jason Glennie. One day championship, really wide open, isn't it?
Yeah, I still don't like the one day championship though. I'd rather have it over 2 rounds or 3 rounds, but we'll give it our best shot today.
Well, being defending title holders, I mean, I won't hark back too many years, but of course this could have been possibly your 3rd victory. I mean, you've been at the top of the sport for a long time now. Where do you reckon the competition's going to come from?
I mean, as everyone says, you know, 1 of 10 could win it, but I think realistically there's, I don't know, 3 or 4 today. There's Gary, obviously, and I think Rob Wilson's going to be the main challenge.
Well, that's interesting. We're going to try and get a word with Rob in a few moments, but of course, Jason, if I turn attention perhaps to results this season, not been the best of seasons perhaps?
Definitely not. It's not so much off the ball. We've tried a different engine this year, and I think that's been our main challenge, to try and get that engine going right, but we'll see today whether it's been good enough or not really. So it's a big track, let's hope it works all right.
Well indeed, and John, if I can just turn back to that, the track, it suits the grass trackers, doesn't it? It really is a lovely circuit.
It's right, yeah. I mean, Astra Club, you know, love the track on today. You've got nice long straights, the bends look really nice, so hopefully we can get it on and get them open and ready today.
Well, it promises to be tough competition, but from my point of view, I can only at the moment wish you the best of luck, and you never know, it might be 2 on the bounce.
Thanks very much.
Cheers.
Well, of course, of the many sidecar crews I could speak to, I couldn't resist having a word with you, Gary, because you finished 2nd last year, and obviously you're always there and thereabouts. Tough event today, being just the one-day championship, but very big circuit, one that possibly might suit you.
Yeah, it might suit us. We've geared up quite well for today, I think. We've come in with some new equipment, and we're hoping for good things. I mean, it is a big circuit and the competition is very strong, but we hope we rise to the occasion.
Now, I've been raising the point with the other riders that really for the sidecars there's a lot of question about whether it should be a one-day championship. Maybe it could be a Grand Prix system or 1 or 2 rounds, but from your own point of view, worried about the fact that it is just almost a sudden death event?
Well, it makes it a lot of pressure on the one day, but it's the same for everybody, I suppose. I mean, I would prefer to see more than 1 round. 2 or 3 would be nice. It gives more of a gives a better championship, I think, because it's more about consistency than the one-day look, perhaps. But no, we've got 1 day now, so we'll make the best of it, definitely.
Well, indeed you will. And Carl, if I can bring you in for a moment, results this year, pleased with the way things are going?
Yeah, not too bad. We've had a few tough seasons, a few races like beginning of the last few months, but yeah, looking good.
Looking good, and indeed the competition today, very, very tough.
Very, very tough. Yeah.
Well, I mean, if I bring you back to that point you raised a minute ago, though, Gary, you say you've tried new equipment. I mean, is going to be new for today, or have you actually had a chance to run it in?
No, no, it's new for today. We've done some new geometry changes, and we're hoping they're going to work. It is new. I haven't ridden it at all since I've done it, so first practice will be one of a large learning curve, I must admit, but I'm sure it'll be okay.
Well, indeed, I'm sure it will be. Going on your past work that you've done before, I'm sure you're going to be in there and challenging for this title. Gary, Carl, we wish you the very best of luck.
Thank you very much. Okay.
Well, the sidecar crews that I've been looking at going around the pits, Rob Wilson and Tony Miles, I had to have a word with you. A lot of the crowd out there, I'm sure, will be thinking that this is going to be your title this year.
Yeah, I mean, it would be good, Jim, but I don't know so much. You know, we've got a lot of support, because obviously it's a local meeting for us, but I think through the course of the year, I think everybody just about beating each other, so it's going to be another hard day's racing, I think.
Well, a very hard day's racing, I'm sure, but being the one day that you can actually take the title, it's one hard day that everybody's going to be perhaps pushing that little bit harder, aren't they?
That's right. I mean, and to be honest with you, I think it could be anybody's really. Just hopefully it'll be ours at the end of the day, but for sure we'll be trying our best.
Well, if I can sort of think back to meetings we've had here at Swingfield before, you know, you have had some good results, haven't you? Tony, perhaps you can sort of think back to those events, you know.
We had one result at the beginning of the year which they only run 3 legs on, which we had a bit of luck there, but at the end of last year we've done 5 races here and we won every race. So
well, it's on the cards indeed, a very impressive record, but I know we've probably mentioned this a few times before, but the competition is very tight, isn't it?
That's right. I mean, it's been like that now for several years, you know, and like I said before, I think everybody can beat each other, so being a one day it can be anybody's, but hopefully at the end of the day we'll come out on top, but we'll be trying our hardest, that's for sure.
Indeed, and I think before I finish I've got to say, equipment wise, no worries, no niggles?
Not really. I mean, we've had a few problems, but no more than anybody else. So we've obviously looked at things twice this week and done the same thing over and over again like we do, but you know, hopefully it'll work for us.
Excellent. Well, great to speak to you guys. Very best of luck today.
Cheers, Jim. Cheers, mate.
Well, during all the interviews this morning I've talked about how the competition is going to be so close today, and also we've talked about perhaps a lot of experienced crews, etc. But I had to have a word with you, Colin, because it was only a couple of weeks ago that you had a fantastic open win, and you must be one of the young pretenders now.
Well, yeah, we've got very high hopes. It was in the press at sky high. That's probably whether they thought it was out of our reach or what, I don't know. But no, we certainly are hoping, and we'll be in there giving it, you know, the best.
Well, indeed. Obviously, thinking about equipment, the equipment is on par with everybody else that's here. And the circuit itself, have you ever actually ridden at this circuit before?
Yeah, we was down here at the end of last year and beginning of the season, and it is a lot very similar to how it was then. Just been out for practice, very slippy at the minute, but that'll soon change after practice.
Well, obviously, if I look at the competition overall, then you know, talking to the other crews, everybody's saying that they can't really identify exactly where the challenge is going to come from, and being a pure grass track as it is, I think everybody's got to be in with an equal chance. And I know we've talked about being sky high hopes, etc., but there is a possibility with a one-day championship you could do it, isn't there?
I'd like to think we can. I dare say we can. We've proved it. We beat them all, like I said, at the poacher. We've just got to do it again. And like you said, there is, you know, probably half a dozen people that's capable of doing it. We'll just hope I'm one of them.
Well, indeed you are. Martin, if I can bring you in for a second, because I've talked about this being a real grass track circuit, but it's a very, very quick circuit, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a quick circuit, yeah.
Now, you're not going to help me at all here, are you? But the best thing I can obviously wish you very best of luck. You know, I don't really feel that in this time of the day we can predict who's going to do it. It's going to be amongst a lot of top riders, so wish you the very best of luck and hope it is that you that we're going to be talking to on the presentation forum.
Certainly hope so. Yeah. Thank you kindly.
Cheers. And why not give him a round of applause and come past you? This is the man who's been all our hopes on for the World Championship this year. He said to me this morning when I started interviewing him that he's a winner champion as the two are straight after each other. He's got British Championships this weekend, he's got the World Championships in Germany next weekend.
running number 3, and third entry comes into the event is Stuart Tolhurst on entry Wesley from Redwood. He's taking Scott Wilson's place, running number 3.
Right. Yeah, big one.
If you want them to, what about the cable?
Glen Phillips, Number 6, a lot of hope to ensure on the Cornish crew of Hammill and Long Richard. We know they are a very, very quick crew. And talking about the hopefuls this afternoon, number 7, Colin, Blackbourn and Martin Bailey really have hit form with a fantastic win at the Lincoln approaches just a fortnight ago. So there's a lot of things that they want to be on song just at the right time and they will do it this afternoon. Number 8, this is Rob and Chris Winterburn. Number 9 is the red some Halsey, that's Rob Bradley and Change of Patron, not Handley, driving for Rob Bradley.
No. I like to be looking at it anyway. I like that. All the best, chaps, yeah. All the best, yeah. Keep it on the tyres.
Hang it away, mate. Come on.
Thank you very much.
Go on then.
Outfit number 14, again in the British Masters, John Hiscock and Swingfield.
All the best to you. We've got a couple of them there.
Number 2 passengers on the way. 15 now,
yeah, I've got Scully as well. Jake is
Number 16, pleased to see the race on through the qualifiers of themselves in the British Masters. That is
Well, you can shake hands with him if you want to.
All right, I'll
get 2 in there.
Just not mention that. Good luck, chaps.
Hey, get the box away. We're not letting you have one.
It's in the post.
We're not allowed to have one today.
They have one. That's all I have left.
Now then, sir, how are you? Let's go then, mate. Come on.
Picked it up at the top of the circuit there, but come around on the pick-up, and terrific to see both of them here this afternoon. I'm sure that there are many of you giving a wave, and just wondering whether I should actually let you know all this before I get here. I think it's going to be a fantastic surprise, but to gallant riders that have evolved for many years. I think we'll all recognise straight away.
Who are?
Give me applause as they go round, because of course I really want to let you know on the front side, and on the back of the pickup we've got Chico doing still becoming And for that we need obviously all our officials in place for the first day start.
Race of the afternoon in this, the British Masters. Matt Reid has made a very good show from the start. Taking a moment back in fourth place as they come off that first turn. It is indeed number 12 that leads as they come down past me. Glen Cunningham, Matt Reid in second, Kelvin Tatum in third, and Jason Handley in fourth place at the moment. So Glen Cunningham setting the pace as they go around that bottom turn and up the back straight, opening up a bit of a gap on Matt Reid in second. Kelvin Tatum goes in on Matt Reid, they'll go through on that top end in the second spot. So can Kelvin Tatum catch Glen Cunningham? Is Glen Cunningham in the sort of mood that he wants to get that British Masters title today? Jason Handley trying to stay in contention with those front three as he now looks to be closing on Matt Reid. Matt in fact looking down. Right out in front, Glen Cunningham going superbly well at the moment. Into the last lap he goes. Kelvin Tatum still desperately trying to close the gap. Had the best in the world. Perhaps this afternoon. He goes towards the checker flag, and the first checker flag today goes to rider number 12, Glen Cunningham. Kelvin Tatum gets checkered, is close to third. I think that was just on the line Jason Handley that got it. On then, the very first race of the day, the result being a win for rider number 12, Glen Cunningham. In second place, number 1, Kelvin Tatum. In third place, number 7, Jason Handley. In fourth place, number 18, that's Matt Reid. Fifth place, number 32, that's Sean Bickley. Sixth place, number 21, that's Daniel Winterton. Seventh place, number 24, Julian Phipps. And eighth place, number 28, that's the replacement, Mark Tillman. The winning time was 1:22.30, 1:22.30. The numbers again of race 1, sponsored by Paul and Carolyn Jarvis: 12, 1, 7, 18, 32, 21, 24 and 28. The second race in your programme, we stay with the solo class at the moment. As indeed they come off the first bend, it is rider number 2. That of course is Joe Screen, who's out in front. So terrific start for Joe Screen as he goes into the bottom bend. I mentioned he's been travelling all night back from the Speedway Grand Prix. Going to be one of stamina, but he looks very comfortable at the moment. He comes down past me. In second spot is rider number 15, Tony Dart. Well, he's been getting quicker and quicker as the season's gone on, Tony Dart. Third place, coming straight into the meeting, is Terry Giles. He rides as number 9. Well, in third place. Tony Dart going very, very wide indeed. And he's desperately trying to get on terms with Joe Screen, but Joe looks to be in fantastic form at the moment. I remind you perhaps Joe Screen had previously won the Masters back in 1995. Won it in 2002 as well. It's going to be his year once again. Joe Screen takes the checkered flag. Tony Dart gets a good second place behind him. Terry Giles in third, Malcolm Simmons in fourth. Two then, sponsored by Fannington Motors, Mr. N. Homer, a win for rider number 2, Joe Screen. In second place, number 15, Tony Dart. In third place, number 9, that's the replacement for Simon Davey, Terry Giles. In fourth place, number 19, that's Malcolm Simmons. Fifth place, number 22, Ryan Tolley. Sixth place, number 31, Paul Austin. And seventh place, number 13, Gareth Roberts. 122.99 was the winning time, 122.99. Those numbers again, 2, 15, 9, 19, 22, 31 and 13. 3, sponsored by Mr. and Mrs. Roger Maynard. Looking across the far side. Early lead there for Mitch Gordon, but lost that going into the first bend. Tries to get it back again though, as he's got Jeremy Doncaster there with him. Jeremy Doncaster it is that's setting the pace now as Mitch Gordon tries to hang on in there. Paul Cooper is the rider in third place at the moment. Look at Jeremy Doncaster full of weight going up that back straight. Well, I'm sure he's got a lot of fans here this afternoon, Jeremy Doncaster. He sounded in the pits this morning as if he was in very determined mood. He said the machinery looks good. He's certainly up for it this afternoon was the comment. And judging on his first ride, it looks as if he really is. Pulls it again in the air going up the back straight. Mitch Gordon still there in second. Quickest trying to close on it though. That top end. One more lap to go for Jeremy Doncaster to make it a win first time out. Gordon still there in second. Paul Cooper again getting very, very close. You got Phil Ashcroft in fourth place. Those riders getting much closer together now. That challenge to second place, and I'm watching closely. Again, slowly going to that top end. Paul Cooper has got a much quicker approach to the top end. But Jeremy Doncaster gets the win. It's going to be close for this second place, and I do think that Paul Cooper has just got it on the line. Very unfortunate for Mitch Gordon there, looking down at machinery. I don't know whether he's hit problems during the race, but a good second place for Paul Cooper. So, race 3, sponsored by Mr. and Mrs. Roger Maynard, a win for rider number 6, Jeremy Doncaster. In second place, number 17, Paul Cooper. Third place, number 11, Mitch Gordon. Fourth place, number 20, Peter Lloyd. Fifth place, number 30, Greg Williamson. Sixth place, number 26, James Complin. Seventh place, 14, Phil Ashcroft. And eighth place, number 3. And of course is the replacement for Scott Nichols, Stuart Tognery. 124.32 is the winning time, 124.32. And if any of you are wondering what sort of speeds they're doing, well, they have worked it out. They're going on the distance of the circuit and the speeds they've been putting in. The first race, unbelievably, for Glen Cunningham was 69.3 miles an hour. So race 4, the last on for first. They're underway going to that top bend. Paul Hurry is the man that I'm sure a lot are looking for. He's out in front at the moment as they come round off that top bend. Paul Hurry leads. In second place, rider number 8, Glen Phillips. He's going for second as he goes up that back straight perhaps. But Paul Hurry is second place. Paul Hurry into the top bend. Looks to have a very quick line round that top bend. Oh, good ride this from Glen Phillips, still there in second place. Trevor Banks in third. Paul Knott in fourth place at the moment. And the competition looks to be all around that second place at the moment. Got away from those. Having to go again for it. Glen riding for it at the moment now is holding him off as they come towards the last lap flag this time. So Trevor Banks on the inside of Glen Phillips. The Trevor Banks looks to gain a little bit of speed. I think Glen's realised that now and he's much better off the back this time. So into the checker plate they come this time, and it's exactly what Paul Hurry fans would have wanted. A win first time out for Paul Hurry. Glen Phillips gets an excellent second place, front of Trevor Banks and Paul Knott fourth. For the last of the first leg ride, sponsored by the Pritchards, a win for rider number 4, Paul Hurry. In second place, number 8, Glen Phillips. In third place, number 5, Trevor Banks. In fourth place, number 23, Paul Knott. In fifth place, number 29, Mike Dowling. In sixth place, number 16, Mark Giles. Seventh place is 27, Mark Taylor. Eighth place, number 10, Kevin Hamley. And the winning time, 122.97. 122.97. That's an average speed of 68.7. So incredible speeds from the solo competitors. As we now turn the page, not to ignore the adverts in the programme. They are the sponsors that have helped us promote this event this afternoon. Race 5, sponsored by Invicta Tyres. This is the first of the Sidecars. With race 5, this is the first of the Sidecars. Making a very good start is outfit number 9, that's Rob Bradley. Oh, he's got John Halsey tucked in behind him, Richard Thomas in third at the moment. John Halsey looking to go the long way round and go all the way around the outside of Rob Bradley. So he's just got a wheel in front now as he moves his way into the pit lane for the first time. Rob Bradley in second place. But John Halsey and Jason Glennie have now got the bit between their teeth. They've got out in front, exactly where they want to be for their first ride. Richard Thomas is closing up on Rob Bradley, sitting there in third, and if he's not careful, he's going to lose that third to Andy Simons. Dave Steer goes through as Andy Simons hit problems on that back straight. Looks to have recovered again though, and he's back underway. But this is exactly the sort of start that John Halsey and Jason Glennie would have wanted. They are the defending British Masters champions. Love to do it again this afternoon. Great ride from Rob Bradley and Tristan Winterburn in second. They go into the pit bend. It will be the last lap flag for them this time as they come round. John Halsey doing everything right at the moment. Up past us he goes with one more lap to go. Exactly where he would want to be in his first ride. Dave Steer looking to have a go at Richard Thomas now, as I'm sure that was a message from Kevin Woodley to Richard. Really down in his short side. That's the pit bend for the last time. This is the first of the Sidecars. It's John Halsey and Jason Glennie. Rob Bradley gets a terrific second place, and look at the scrap for third as Dave Steer had to go all the way around the outside, and I think he just got it on the line. So the first of the Sidecars, race 5 in your programme, sponsored by Invicta Tyres. A win for outfit number 1, the reigning champions John Halsey and Jason Glennie. In second place, number 9, Rob Bradley and Tristan Winterburn. In third place, number 13, Dave Steer and Rob Sharrocks. In fourth place, number 11, Richard Thomas and Kevin Woodley. Fifth place, number 17, Andy Simons and Sean Yates. And sixth place there, number 5, that's Sean Conway Baker and Eden Fidock. The winning time, 147.04, 147.04, 60.43. That's the average speed. Now look for race 6 in your programme, sponsored by Andrew Evans, Furniture Maker. We see out for the first time John Hiscock, Gary Jackson, James Rogers, Kenny Hammill, Rob Winterburn and Duncan Tolhurst. Six is underway, and as they come past me for the first time, oh, Gary Jackson trying to make the best of the starts, but it's Duncan Tolhurst that's got there. Gary Jackson has been forced to go wide. Duncan Tolhurst on the inside now. Has Gary done enough? He's gone the long way round into the second hand. He's got the advantage going down the back straight. But Duncan Tolhurst won't give it easily. In that pit bend, they've got a wonderful line coming out of that bottom bend. Outfit number 6 pushing hard as well. That's Kenny Hammill and John Richards. Didn't recognise the new leathers for a moment, but Kenny Hammill and John Richards were close on that first straight. Very, very quick in that bottom bend. Forcing him out wide on that bottom bend. And a problem for Duncan Tolhurst in that bottom bend. It means that Kenny Hammill does get the second place. John Hiscock and Jason Gill have worked hard to get themselves up into 4th spot. As they now try and close on Duncan. Now I wonder whether we still have got time to do a challenge for first place. Leading it, but closing rapidly is the youngsters from Cornwall, Kenny Hammill and John Richards. One more lap to go then. Have they got time to do it? The gap closing all the time, but I'm sure that Gary Jackson now realises that he's got a challenge on. He pulls the way down the back straight. Very comfortable indeed. That's a terrific style he's got on that bottom bend. He really does look comfortable, Gary Jackson. Into the checker flag he goes. That's the result he would have wanted first time out. Kenny Hammill and John Richards a good ride in 2nd. Duncan Tolhurst in 3rd. John Hiscock in 4th. So once again a very quick time for the Sidecars. A win in race 6. Sponsored by Andrew Gibbons Furniture. A win for outfit number 2, that's Gary Jackson and Carl Pugh. In 2nd place, number 6 is Kenny Hammill and John Richards. In 3rd place, number 10, Duncan Tolhurst and Simon Beanie. In 4th place, number 14, John Hiscock, Jason Gill. 5th place, number 8, Rob and Chris Winterburn. And in 6th place, number 18, that's James Rogers and Richard Masterton. The winning time was 146.43, 60.78 they averaged. 146.43. So, completing the first leg rides, we move to race 7, sponsored by Trevor and Ann Mills. Race 7. Down past me for the first time and looking for outfit number 7 who's made the break. Oh, that is outfit number 7, Colin Blackbourn and Martin Bailey. Great start for them. Good pass for Rob Wilson. He's back in 3rd place at the moment. He's got some work to do. He's got Ivor in front of him. We've got Matt Fumarola at the moment. So Colin Winterburn and Martin Bailey, Colin Winterburn, Colin Blackbourn even, gets away and goes into the top bend, looking very much in command. Andy Wilson still holding that second. Ivor Matthews trying to get close to him. Oh, it's a long, long way round, but he looks as if he's done it. Ivor Matthews does get up in the second. Matt Fumarola tries to respond. Tucks in behind Ivor Matthews going into the top bend. Now, well, that battle's been going on for second. They've had it all their own way. They've opened up very. They look very comfortable indeed as they come round off that bottom bend. Into the last lap they go. Ivor Matthews still there in second. Rob Wilson now trying to close on Matt Fumarola as they go into that top bend. Rob again forced to go wide as we've seen all the overtaking on where the outfit behind him is forced to take the wide right. Rob Wilson has got the advantage though as he goes down the back straight. Tries to nip in tight into this pit bend. Well, it is going to be a terrific win to start the day for Colin Blackbourn and Martin Bailey. Ivor Matthews gets second. Rob Wilson has come through for third. So a terrific start for the afternoon for outfit number 7. It's race 7 in your programme. It's sponsored by Trevor and Ann Mills. And it's a win for outfit number 7, Colin Blackbourn and Martin Bailey. In second place, number 4 is Ivor Matthews and Simon Wall. In third place, number 3, Rob Wilson and Tony Miles. Fourth place, number 16, Matt Fumarola and Andy Wilson. In fifth place, number 15, Mick Turrell and Tony Baisby. Sixth place, number 12, that's Brett Osborne and Tony Bemister, and the winning time was 1:46.19. 1:46.19. This is race 8 sponsored by Doug Giles, the contractor. We've got into the first bench. Perhaps for Jason Handley. It is Jason that's got the lead as two riders go very, very wide. But Jason Handley's got the lead from Paul Knott in second. Daniel Winterburn is the rider up in third. And Paul Knott has got some work to do if he's going to stay with Jason Handley, because he really has standing authority on this one. He's got away. Jason Handley looking very comfortable now. Paul Knott still there in second. They're closing on Daniel Winterburn. That third place is Mark Giles on the inside, number 16 in the pink leathers, closing down on Daniel Winterburn. There's a big gap between second and third. Try and get that third. One more lap to go for Jason Handley. Paul Knott still there in second. This is where the race is on though. He's back in this third place. As Mark Giles tries to go through on the inside, and I think successfully so now, as he leads that little group of riders going into that third place. The win to Jason Handley He had a third place first time out, Jason Handley, so very pleased with that win, I'm sure. So, race 8 then, the first of the second leg ride, sponsored by Doug Giles, the contractor for Bracknell Roofing. Win for rider number 7, from start to finish, Jason Handley. In second place, number 23, Paul Knott. In third place, number 16, Mark Giles. Fourth place, number 21, that's Daniel Winterburn. And fifth place, number 31, Paul Austin. Sixth place, number 28, that's Mark Chilman. Seventh place, number 10, is Kevin Hamley, and eighth place is number 3, Stuart Togneri. The 1:25.0 was the exact time, 1:25.0, 67.12 they're averaging. We now move to race 9, an interesting one this promises to be. We've got Glen Cunningham and Joe Screen, who both had wins first time out. This one is sponsored by Alan and Joe Sanford. Get underway, and looking across that far side, the two of them do go away together. He's got the break going into the first bend. Glen Cunningham is right there with him though, as Joe Screen comes off that top bend. He's leading. Glen Cunningham right there with him. Terrific form, looks over his shoulder, knows that the challenge is coming from Glen Cunningham. Down, underway as fast as he possibly can around the circuit. Then again, he gets very tight off that top bend. Joe Screen really does look to be in terrific form. He's pretty fast. Cunningham wanting to change at the moment. Can't make any impression on Joe. Slightly closer to that third spot of Glen Phillips, and I'm sure Glen's well aware of that. The top corner and Joe Screen making 2 out of 2. Checkered flag is being made ready, and that's exactly what he does. Joe Screen takes his second win. Glen Cunningham in second place, Glen Phillips in third. Interesting one, and it proved to be a win for rider number 2, that's Joe Screen. In second place, number 12, that's Glen Cunningham. In third place, number 8, Glen Phillips. Fourth place, number 18, Matt Reed. Fifth place, number 26, James Complin. Sixth place, number 24, Julian Phipps. Seventh place, number 32, Sean Bickley. And the winning time, 1:22.85. 1:22.85. We now get underway with race 10, and again an interesting one. This competition, Doncaster and Tolhurst, that have both had wins in their first ride, and it's Jem that's got away. Jeremy Doncaster leading from Tolhurst in second. Tolhurst tried to find a way through on the inside. Jeremy Doncaster has responded. Goes quickly up the back straight. It really does look to be on board this afternoon. Tolhurst, nothing about it at the moment. Jeremy Doncaster, terrific line off that top end. He is looking to mount a challenge. Up the back straight they go. Tolhurst working very, very hard. He's right up on Jeremy Doncaster this time. He's going to be challenged on this top end. He gets very, very close. Forced to go wide. Jeremy Doncaster still with it. Tolhurst dives to the inside once again. He's now together with Jeremy Doncaster. Oh, look at the way that Jeremy Doncaster has been. Turns away again going up that back straight. He'll know that there's going to be a challenge coming off this top end. He responds to it well. And there goes the checkered flag. Jeremy Doncaster gets it. Tolhurst in second place. We then wait for Malcolm Simmons to come across the line in third. Well, has that answered one or two of the critics' questions? Is Jeremy Doncaster a possibility for the British Masters this year? That's 2 out of 2 for Jeremy Doncaster. So, race 10. And what an interesting one it proved to be. The eventual winner, number 6, Jeremy Doncaster. He's made it 2 out of 2, followed home in second by number 4, Tolhurst. In third place, number 19, Malcolm Simmons. In fourth place, number 22, Ryan Tolley. In fifth place, number 30, Greg Williamson. In sixth place, number 25, David Rumsey. In seventh place, number 9, that's the replacement, Terry Giles. And in eighth place, number 13, Gareth Roberts. 1:22.86 was the time. 1:22.86, that averaged 68.86. They get underway, and once again Mitch Gobbs has made a terrific start. He's got Kelvin Tatum right there with him now as he goes into the first bend. Cuts it in hard, but Kelvin Tatum drives through, and he's gone very, very wide. Kelvin Tatum gets it under control. Oh, he's got Trevor Banks chasing after him, Peter Lloyd and Mitch Godden. So it is Kelvin Tatum that's got it sorted as he goes into that bottom bend. Peter Lloyd puts it sideways in that bottom turn. Trevor Banks takes it. Thank you very much. God's still there in fourth place at the moment, but it's all about Kelvin Tatum. Knows that he dropped points in that first ride. Would desperately want to make this one a win. He's gone the right way about it, as it's all chopping and changing in that second place. Trevor Banks having to work for that second spot. He's got to get the race from Peter Lloyd. One more back to go for the last of the second leg rides. Kelvin Tatum fighting with machinery as he comes down past us. Still that scrap going on for second place though. Peter Lloyd desperately trying to get it from Trevor Banks. Trevor looks over his shoulder. Knows that he's got to go. What will be the outcome? As they come towards the line, it's going to be a win for Kelvin Tatum. That keeps him right there in contention. Trevor Banks in second, Peter Lloyd in third, Mitch Godden in fourth, Paul Cooper in fifth. The last of the second leg rides for the solos. We now get adding the points up and see who's sitting where, but it's a win for rider number 1, Kelvin Tatum. In second place, number 5, Trevor Banks. In third, number 20, Peter Lloyd. In fourth, number 11, Mitch Godden. Fifth, number 17, Paul Cooper. Sixth place, number 15, Tony Dart. Seventh place, 27, Mark Taylor. Eighth place, 29, Mike Dowling. The winning time was 1:23.45, 1:23.45. 68.37 was the average speed.
Where are the first leg winners? Halsey was one of them. He's right at number 1. Race 2. Number 2, Gary Jackson. Race 12. First one was
This is to be a very interesting one. This one's sponsored by Paul and Caroline Jarvis, friends of Grasstrack, and it's Colin Blackbourn that's got to the front. Colin Blackbourn is right there with Martin Bailey. Ivor Matthews is trying to go with him as they go down that back straight. Ivor Matthews, of course, in his first ride, finishing with second place. Colin Blackbourn and Martin Bailey go very, very wide. Ivor Matthews has seen it, but he gets away with it. Oh, there's a lot of chopping and changing going on a bit further down the field. Richard Thomas trying to move his way through. Gary Jackson is there in fourth place of the race. But at the front, Ivor Matthews can't make it impressive on Colin. In terrific form this afternoon, Colin Blackbourn. He's got the Lincolnshire Poacher International win under his belt. Knows he's capable with this machinery of beating the best of them. That's exactly what he's doing at the moment. Off the top bend he goes once more. Ivor Matthews not out of contention. Once more as he comes in this pit stop. See the last lap flag as he comes up past us this time. Worries me that he drifts very wide on that bottom bend, but at the moment he's still getting away with it. Ivor Matthews is a lot closer this time though. Now could we see a last bend challenge? To open the gaps up down that back straight. Wide on the exit of the bend, he'll try and hold it tight, try and get up the inside, but he's not going to do it. It's another win for Colin Blackbourn and Martin Bailey. Ivor Matthews in second, Dave Steer in third, and Gary Jackson in fourth. So race 12 then, the first of the second leg rides. This one sponsored by Paul and Caroline Jarvis. A win for outfit number 7. That's their second this afternoon, Colin Blackbourn and passenger Martin Bailey. In second place, number 4, Ivor Matthews, Simon Wall. In third place, number 13, Dave Steer and Rob Sharax. In fourth place, number 2, Gary Jackson, Carl Pugh. In fifth place, number 11, Richard Thomas and Kevin Woodley. In sixth place, number 17, that's Andy Simons and Sean Yates. 1:45.20, 1:45.20, 61.49. And we're looking to see who's made the best of it. From the inside it is John Halsey and Jason Glennie. Oh, Kenny Hammill it is that's right up there in second place. Much better start from Rob Winterburn this time, he's in third. Jason Glennie. Very controlled ride into the pit bend. Oh, John Halsey going a little bit wide on that bottom bend. Oh, watching the Alphas come off that bottom bend. It looks as if they do pick the drive up in the middle of the bend, then it's a real gamble for the drivers. Mask your way around the outside, hoping you've still got the speed to stop anybody getting up the inside of you. Oh, John Halsey has dragged Kenny Hammill with him this time. They've both gone on that much quicker, wider line. They swap back and go through into the top bend. Bit of a scrap developing now for this third place. Rob and Chris Winterburn under pressure from Mick Turrell. Forced to go wide. It doesn't look as if he holds long way round if they're going to make any impression. But with one more lap to go, this is exactly where John Halsey and Jason Glennie would want to be. Defending champions, of course, John Halsey and Jason Glennie. They had a win first time out and they're looking to make it 2 out of 2. Looks pretty comfortable at the moment as they go. The checkered flag, they will come this time, and that's going to be exactly what they want. 2 wins out of 2 rides. John Halsey and Jason Glennie take it. Kenny Hammill and John Richards get second. Problems for Rob and Chris Winterburn, but they still manage to hang on to third. So, race 13 then, sponsored by Mr. M. Morris, the Mobile Tyre Service. A win, his second this afternoon for number 1, that's John Halsey and Jason Glennie. In second place, number 6, Kenny Hammill and John Richards. In third place, number 8, Rob and Chris Winterburn. In fourth place, number 15, that's Mick Turrell and Tony Baisby. Fifth place, number 12, Fred Osborne and Tony Bemister. And sixth place, number 16, Matt from Fumarola and Andy Wilson. 147.63 was the winning time, 147.63. That average is 60.1 miles per hour. Well, the pit crew is an appeal from our lap scorers that make an attempt to clean the number boards. It will make it a lot easier for us to make sure we put it in the right places. Through on the inside, changes to the outside, he's gone around the outside, he's got himself to the front as he goes into this fifth bend. Oh, that's a great shame for Duncan Tolhurst and Simon Dealey after that terrific start. Rob Wilson won't find it for. Tolhurst, who we see in this one. Glen Cunningham goes in this one as well. So it could be a battle between these two. Know that they can get good points from this ride. Tolhurst gets the best of the first turn. Glen Cunningham is chasing after him. Well, it's those two that are getting away at the moment. Tolhurst looking to make up for it. Very much in control. Stay with him though, he doesn't want to let him get away. knows that the slightest mistake and he'll capitalise on it. Number 7, Jason Handley, sitting there in 3rd place. He had a win 2nd time out, so again scoring consistently. One more lap to go. Glen Cunningham cannot close the gap at the moment. Flies into that bottom turn. Oh, this is going to start to make things very interesting indeed, because Tolhurst is going points down on maximum point scoring. Wide again goes Tolhurst, but he takes the checker flag. That's what he wanted. Glen Cunningham in 2nd, Jason Handley in 3rd, Peter Lloyd in 4th, Tony Dart in 5th. So, race 15, sponsored by Mrs. Kath Pope. A win for rider number 4. That'll please the Hurry supporters. He gets another win. Paul Hurry then, winning race 15. In 2nd place, number 12, Glen Cunningham. In 3rd place, number 7, Jason Handley. In 4th place, number 20, Peter Lloyd. 5th place, number 15, Tony Dart. 6th place, 26, James Complin. 7th place, 32, Sean Bickley. 8th place, 24, Julian Phipps. The winning time was 1:22.67. 1:22.67, 69.02 the average speed. So what does that do for the points? It means that Paul Hurry moves on to 28. It means that Glen Cunningham moves on to 26. So away we go then, and Jeremy Doncaster has made a terrific start. Oh, looking for Kelvin Tatum, because he's back in 3rd, but up into 2nd now as they come off that top bend. They all go very, very wide. What can Jeremy Doncaster do about it? Kelvin Tatum is head down up the back straight. This is the Kelvin Tatum. Jeremy Doncaster had the lead. Terrific start from Kelvin Tatum, all the advantage on that bottom pit bend. He's now got this race. Have a look at it. Ryan Tolhurst, a terrific ride in 3rd place, up against 2 other youngsters, Paul Cooper and Paul Knott. But it's Ryan Tolhurst, the British under-21 champion, that leads that little back for 3rd place. But look at Kelvin Tatum. Now, if anybody questions whether he was determined to win this British Masters or not, I think he's shown it in this race. Dropped those early points in his first ride. He knows that all the other riders have got to compete against each other. This will be exactly what he needed to do, as indeed Paul Hurry did. Still right there in contention after his 3rd ride. Kelvin Tatum takes the win. Jeremy Doncaster gets 2nd, which means that he's now dropped 2 points. And indeed, we've lost Ryan Tolhurst on the far side. Oh, that was a great shame, because Ryan Tolhurst was going superbly well, but I can see that he's actually fallen on the far side. We hope that he's going to be okay. Sponsored by Mr. and Mrs. John Wilson of Wilson Tarmac. A win, a very important one, for rider number 1, Kelvin Tatum. In 2nd place, number 6, Jeremy Doncaster. In 3rd, number 23, Paul Knott. In 4th, number 17, Paul Cooper. In 5th, number 14, Phil Ashcroft. 6th place, number 25, Dave Rumsey. 7th place, number 9, that's Terry Giles, and the winning time was 1:23.04. 1:23.04 equates to 68.71. That with Jeremy Doncaster dropping 2 points there, he also moves on to 28. underway now with race 17. This one's sponsored by Colin. We're looking to see them come off that top bend. We lose one rider on that top bend. The lead at the moment with rider number 18, Matt Reed. I think that was Paul Austin that we lost on that top bend, but the marshals keep an eye on him. He's got himself up and underway again, but it's Matt Reed that's setting the pace. 6 points here for Matt Reed. Got a little bit of pressure from the rider in second. But it is Matt Reed head down. That rider in second is number 8, Glen Phillips. And Glen's been putting in some very good rides. He's sitting on 14 points overall. He's certainly up there with the fastest on them this afternoon. Count the fact that Matt Reed is one of those as well. He comes round off that top bend. The last lap flag this time. The wind won't do him any harm at all. Remember, the other little thing that the riders have got to be conscious of is that if they finish well up in the British Masters, they won't of course have to go to the qualifier next year. They automatically get seeded in. I think that's where a lot of them are fighting for, is that maybe they'll leave it to the world competitors this afternoon, but they want to make sure they automatically get a qualification place for next year. So, race 17, sponsored by Brian Ambrose. A win for youngster Matt Reed. Number 18 is the number that goes in first place. In second place, number 8, Glen Phillips. In third place, number 19, Malcolm Simmons. In fourth place, number 29, Mike Dowling. Fifth place, number 28, Mark Chilman. Sixth place, number 13, Gareth Roberts. Seventh place, number 3, that's Stuart Togneri. And eighth place, number 31, Paul Austin. The winning time, 1:26.91, 1:26.91, 65.65 was the average speed. Break going up that back straight. Hiscock again has made a very good start. But it's Joe Screen that takes over the lead going into the first bend. Has he overcooked it? He's gone very, very wide. He looks on the inside of him. He's got Trevor Banks and Mitch Gordon there. But he recovers well and he gets himself in a much better position going into the bottom bend. Trevor Banks chasing after him as they go round that bottom turn, up the back straight. Joe Screen it is. Into the top bend he goes this time. Much better angle. Trevor Banks causing all sorts of problems in the middle of that bend. Well, he hung on to it brilliantly, but he certainly gave us a worrying moment as he knotted it completely in the middle of the bend. Mitch Gordon took advantage and now is a lot closer to him. But Joe Green looks to be thoroughly enjoying himself now as he looks comfortable once again out in front. One more lap to go for Joe Green. Oh, brilliantly keeps that front wheel in the air as he goes past us. He looks to be enjoying himself. Now this is putting him now 2 points advantage over all the other riders close to him. Only rider that's ridden 3 rides and had 3 wins. Number 2, Joe Spring. Close for this second place, but Trevor Banks hangs on to it. Mitch Gordon in third. And Mark Giles finishing in fourth. For Joe Screen, it's number 2. Get used to that number. He's had 3 rides and 3 wins. In second place, number 5, Trevor Banks. In third place, number 11, Mitch Gordon. In fourth place, number 16, Mark Giles. Fifth place, number 30, Greg Williamson. And sixth place, number 21, Daniel Winterton. Seventh place there was number 10, Kevin Hamley. No 8th finisher, the winning time 1:25.45, 1:25.45, 66.77. My right, just nicely here. There will be this one later on. They're going to wander around the Grasstrack Riders Association. Got the Grasstrack Riders to the Sidecars. And remind you that Colin Blackbourn is the outfit that's unbeaten as we go into this first one. And once again, you can see that Rob Bradley has had a tremendous start. He really has been getting out of the track today. Duncan Tolhurst in second at the moment. They're all together in that third place. Gary Jackson I can see just in there. As they indeed come round off that bottom bend. It is Rob Bradley and Tristan Winterburn. Duncan Tolhurst and Simon Beanie in second. Dave Steer and Rob Sharracks in third. Gary Jackson in fourth. From the two rides. Duncan Tolhurst wanting to get that lead from him. Gary Jackson looking for third, but keep your eyes on the front at the moment because Rob Bradley is under pressure from Duncan Tolhurst. Duncan forced to go wide. Doesn't like it out there though, cuts himself back straight again and tries to get a faster line. Winterburn doing just enough. Forces wide once again, but has Duncan got the line? Well, he's certainly together with Rob Bradley. Rob Bradley not giving an inch, and Duncan Tolhurst just can't quite get his outfit in front. Has he done it this time though? Rob Bradley again comes back at him and gets that front wheel back again. Forcing him out wide. Oh, Duncan takes the brake go down into this pit lane. That bottom bend, the checkered flag will be out for him this time. Yeah, he had to fight for that one, but he got there in the end. Duncan Tolhurst and Simon Beanie winning from Rob Bradley and Tristan Winterburn. Dave Steer and Rob Sharracks, Gary Jackson and Carl Pugh. The third leg rise for the Sidecars. This one sponsored by Subaru. A win for number 10, Duncan Tolhurst and Simon Beanie. In second place, number 9, Rob Bradley and Tristan Winterburn. In third place, number 13, Dave Steer and Rob Sharracks. Fourth place, number 2, Gary Jackson and Carl Pugh. Fifth place, number 5, Tim Bennett. No, it's not Tim Bennett, of course. His place was taken by Sean Conway-Baker and Eden Fidock. In sixth place, number 16, that's Matt from Roller and Andy Wilson. 148.35, 148.35, 59.70 was the average speed.